Hi, I'm Brendan Moran.
And I'm Ruby Lopez, and welcome to Creek Currents.
This month, I check out some of the best biking in the Bay Area.
And I find a great way to enjoy those last dog days of summer. Hi, I'm Ruby Lopez for Creek Currents, and it is a beautiful day here at the Clarke Memorial Swim Center, and I'm joined by Karen Heaston-Martin, and you are the aquatic supervisor?
Yes.
Okay, so there are a lot of great events and programs happening year-round here, right?
Yes, there are. We are open year-round to the general public, for Walnut Creek residents and regionally to anybody that wants to come in and swim, lap swim, recreational swim. We are open from 5:30 in the morning. We have programs running until 8:30 at night, 5 days a week. We're open on the weekends for lap swimming and recreational swimming year-round. We offer swim lessons 3 seasons out of the year, spring, summer, and fall, with almost year-round private swim lessons.
Well, so you have a lot of programs here. Now, something else that's really interesting, people can also rent this for parties?
We do birthday party package rentals where that allows you a covered area with picnic tables, use of a barbecue, use of a refrigerator. Your guests come in and then they have the ability to play during recreational swimming hours in the summer, spring, and fall.
Wow, okay,
Yes.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of playing, you also have a re-entry with the All Abilities Playground that is right here?
So with the popularity of our All Abilities Playground, along with all of our rentable picnic areas, we find that a lot of our participants would like to have in and out access.
Okay.
With our daily admission fee, participants have the option of purchasing a $2 wristband, which includes access to our inflatables that are in the summer, spring, and fall, as well as in and out privileges.
Great, and so you guys are really, really busy, and that requires a lot of staffing, right?
Right. So we employ up to 100 lifeguards every summer. What's great about our lifeguard program is that many of our kids, I call them kids, many of our lifeguards start at age 15 and they stick it with us through their high school years and even beyond. I have some employees that have been here almost 10 years. So we work really hard with our staff. We build really great relationships. That's why so many of them stick around for so long. We really work with them with their scheduling. We do a lot of training with them, a lot of camaraderie. So it's a good place to work. I started off as a lifeguard here when I was 15 years old, and I've never left.
Oh, that's great.
25 years later.
That says a lot about what kind of a place this is. That's great. Now, you mentioned some of the programs, but there are also some teams that train here as well?
We have 3 teams that work out here at Clarke Swim Center on a regular basis. We have our adult Masters swim team, the Walnut Creek Masters. They run 5 practices a day, as well as 1 practice on Saturdays. We have our year-round Walnut Creek Aquatics, which is our age group swim team. They work out year-round. They're typically here in the afternoons. They run fall programs, summer programs, specifically to target those kids that want to experience a swim team but don't want to commit for the year-round. We also play host to the Walnut Creek Aquatics that are a year-round synchronized swim team that have sent a plethora of athletes onto the national team and Olympic level training.
So you have a lot of teams training here, so I would imagine you have quite a few meets as well?
We do. We have anywhere from 5 to 6 meets a year, 3 being in summer where we're closed 2 weekends out of our summer months and then a Saturday. Those meets, we have anywhere from 800 to 1,700 participants for the weekend. And then we provide space for the Walnut Creek Aquatics to run meets as well as the Walnut Creek Masters, and they typically do their meets in the fall and in the winter, as well as the synchronized swim team runs 1 to 2 meets here in the springtime.
Wow. Now, speaking of being from all over, this is a regional center, so you don't have to just be from Walnut Creek.
You do not have to be a resident of Walnut Creek to enjoy this facility. Another thing that's unique to Walnut Creek is that we do not have resident and non-resident fees, so we treat everybody equally, and paying the daily admission fee will allow you access to enjoy this beautiful facility.
So what about anybody interested in taking lessons here? How do they go about doing so?
So a lot of what we do is providing safety to children and to adults. We offer a very large Learn to Swim program. We offer both group lessons and private lessons almost year-round, summer, spring, and fall. In the summertime, our lessons are morning lessons or evening lessons.
Okay.
Registration is very easy. You can either come into Clarke Memorial Swim Center to register in person, or you can register online. All of our classes are available to register and to review online at walnutcreekrec.org.
Okay, perfect. Now, something that I was interested in, I heard that you have inflatables here? Talk to us about
We do. This is our inaugural year of inflatables. They are large in-water obstacle courses.
Okay.
We have one that's in this pool, the 50-meter pool. We've named it the Gauntlet.
Okay.
It's a dual-person inflatable obstacle course that children as well as adults enjoy running through and then sliding down at the end. Our other inflatable is located in the diving well, and you have to maneuver through some obstacles, and at the end your reward is going off of a rope swing into the water.
Very cool. Now I heard that you might be setting that one up today.
We will be setting those up. They get set up every day at 12:30, ready for our recreational swimmers at 1.
Okay, well, it's
You're on.
almost that time. I think I should go get ready for that. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay, great. Thanks, Karen.
You're welcome.
If you want some more information of all of the great programs here, visit walnutcreekrec.org. Now, I had a great time here at the Clarke Memorial Swim Center, but the real fun is just about to begin. Okay, it wasn't pretty, but I did conquer it, and this is a must-do if you're in Walnut Creek.
Nice moves, Ruby.
It was a lot of fun, and you know what? I did manage to make it to the end, although not quite as graceful as this next group.
There is a life cycle to everything. The beginning, the evolution, the finish. The timeless moment in every movement liberates. It empowers to allow one to experience a moment of eternity. We live for this brief moment to give light, and we exist to inspire life.
It looks like it's going to be another great performance by the Diablo Ballet. Now, if you'd like to see what else is coming up this season, make sure you head over to their website.
And to switch gears, I've got some great tips on biking in the open space. I'm here in the Shell Ridge Open Space, and the trails here are getting pretty popular. So I'm here to see how people are learning how to share the trail. Let's go. Hey, Ranger Archaki.
Hey Brendan, how you doing today?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I was just out here on the trails riding my bike.
Couldn't have picked a better day for it. It's gorgeous out.
You got it.
Are you familiar with the rules about bikes out here in the open space?
Not really, so I'm glad I ran into you.
Great. Well, the first rule is bikes are only allowed on trails over 8 foot in width, which is great because the majority of our trails are that wide, so you can go almost anywhere in the open space. Bikes are supposed to be operated at a safe speed, under 15 miles per hour, so nice and slow. And always be courteous to other users when you pass. Say on your right, on your left if you're passing somebody, and always let someone know you're there.
So this is an 8 foot wide, right?
Correct.
But the smaller ones,
The smaller ones, the 4 foot trails, the narrow trails,
those are meant for walkers.
are prohibited by bikes, yes.
What are some of the issues, when bikes go on the smaller ones?
You know, it's really a safety issue. Lots of bikes, especially like the one that you have there, are basically developed from kind of the motocross industry. And so I bet you could get to go into a great speed on that bike. I bet you could get up to about 40 miles an hour if you really tried to on that bike. And so if you were approaching somebody who's walking at a gentle pace, maybe a few miles an hour, and you came ripping around a corner where you couldn't see them, didn't have the proper line of sight, you might have an issue running into them. So it's really a safety issue.
Also a safety issue I imagine would be riding at night.
Night's a big time issue. There's lots of fancy lights out now for the bicycles. Still, parks are closed half hour after sunset. And so you're supposed to be out here after that. Pretty much our rule is, if like when we were a kid, if the lampposts are coming out on the streets, it's time to head home. So it's if you're out here after that, you're definitely riding at your own risk, and definitely a dangerous situation.
Plus there's got to be wildlife concerns, I imagine too, especially if you're on, sort of the smaller trails.
Yeah, we really haven't had any trouble with that, but there are different animals using the park at nighttime. And part of having bicycles out here and having the lights out here, it can actually disturb them and interrupt their natural life cycle and their hunting cycle as well.
I see a lot of people around, whether they're running or walking or on their bikes, they've got headphones on. It's kind of the general thought about that.
You know, there's no official rule about it, but really common sense is only have one earbud in, and you always, when you're out in the open space, no matter who you are, you always need to be aware of everything around you.
Got it.
So it's always a good idea to just have one in and have one ear listening and looking out.
We're in the trails kind of behind Borges Ranch. Are they getting more popular? You see a lot of people out here during the day?
Shell Ridge, yeah, here behind Borges Ranch has a lot of use, heavy use of all types of users, for mountain bikers, hikers, equestrians. Probably the biggest variety of our users are in this area.
Do you know any good trails around here for me?
Yeah, well, you're on the Brownies Mount Diablo Trail. It's one of the best ones through the park, and you can actually continue on this trail all the way to the top of Mount Diablo if you wanted to.
Oof. I don't know.
If you're
maybe
that
another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for giving me the heads up.
You got it.
All right, Art.
Enjoy your ride.
Okay. On your left. Excuse me, Caroline?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I am good. Doing a lot of work here, I see.
Some, yeah.
So you're a trail dog, right?
Yes.
And the trail dogs are a part of.
Save Mount Diablo.
Okay.
And we do work for the open space, Walnut Creek Open Space, the East Bay Regional Parks, Mount Diablo State Park, East Bay Mud.
Well, what are you doing today?
Well, today we're just sort of trying to block off some trails that have been illegally built that aren't supposed to be trails, and making it so that the bikes sort of stay on the roads and stay where they're supposed to.
So over time, bikers have come through here and essentially have created a trail just by riding in the same spot, right?
Yeah. But sometimes there are animal trails to begin with, and then once you get people using them, more people use them, and more people use them, and more people use them. And sometimes you get big ruts, and sometimes you get below the breakdown, and so we're just trying to block them off so that it prevents that from happening. Gives the animals in the open space a more contiguous space to live.
So tell me the steps of how exactly do you block a trail?
Well, the first step is to build a barricade. Okay, so we usually use the pipes in any kind of a mesh fence that we have. And put them in and make it so that the bikes see that we put it there, so they don't run into it. and just leave it, and sometimes it works and the trails just can go back to where they were. We've had a problem in the last few years because there's no rain. The bare spots don't grow over very well, so it might take until the next rain for this to really cover, fill in. But hopefully in the meantime we'll just keep people from using it.
Why is that important?
Well, first of all, the trails sort of interrupt the habitat of the animals, and we have to consider that when we're out here in the open space. I've heard numbers, meters on each side is taken away from them. So this is just to give the animals more space that's undisturbed by humans.
You're a volunteer.
Yes, sir.
Why do you volunteer?
Well, I like to be out here. I like doing the work, and the people are usually quite nice. And it keeps me occupied. I retired almost 4 years ago, and it just keeps me busy.
How many hours would you say you've put in so far?
Oh boy, lots. The 1 year I really kept track. It was over 1,200. A little bit less than last year and probably this year, but just as much as I can. I'm usually out 5 days a week.
Wow.
The most of it's with the Walnut Creek Open Space, but I do stewarding for Mount Diablo, other projects for them, projects for the state park.
Sure.
I just like to keep busy. I like doing it. I like physical work.
Well, you do a nice job.
Thank you.
Well, I had a great time riding on Shell Ridge today. If you want to get involved, visit the Walnut Creek Open Space website to learn more about the trail dogs and what's going on. And remember, share the trail. Another great way to help the open space is to sign up for the Community Service Day project happening in Sugarloaf.
Yes, there are many more projects happening. If you're interested in lending a hand, you can go online and register before the big day happens on October 10th.
And we'll see you next time on Creek Currents.